I'm Divine Harmony. I'm an astrologer and a writer with a background in depth psychology. Today I'm going to talk about the cosmic insight for the week of Monday, November 26th through Sunday, December 2nd. The week starts off with Mercury stationing direct on Monday. Mercury's been retrograde since Election Day, November 6th. And the last 3 weeks we've been in the underworld journey where it's been a time to rethink, review, revise, rework our ideas around things. Not so much a time of setting them in stone. Now that Mercury is stationing direct, we can start to take movement on those things that we've been reviewing and revising. Yet today, particularly Monday, it's not the best to start on that as Mercury is stationary and standing still in the sky, and as he's at his most potent when it comes to snafus and issues with technology, communication, travel, and commerce. Over the next week, as Mercury picks up speed, we can start to take action with things and deal effectively with what has come up over the last 3 weeks as Mercury is retrograde. Also on Monday, Venus co-joins Saturn, initiating a new cycle in relationships. With Venus-Saturn, there can be a reality check around love and money, and a need to really deal with things, assess what's going on, and be practical and realistic as opposed to idealistic and romantic. The next day, on Tuesday, the 27th, Mars completes its activation of the Uranus-Pluto square that began last week. Mars co-joins Pluto, aligning the lower will with the higher will. This can be a powerful time with getting on board with your evolutionary path and getting really clear on what needs to transform, what needs to change, and what needs to die to be reborn, and then doing it. It can also be a time of being overly aggressive, controlling, willful, and conflictual. We need to rein in our ego energies, but with Mars-Pluto it can feel like there's too much fuel in the fire. This completes a very intense cycle that began last year, and there could be blow-ups or realizations. Either way, something is going to come to light. All of this powerful energy is leading up to Wednesday's lunar eclipse in Gemini. This lunar eclipse is part of a very important astrological signature called a yod, or a finger of God. It literally looks like a finger of God is pointing at something, and what's being pointed at is the lunar eclipse. We have Venus conjunct Saturn and Mars conjunct Pluto harmoniously aspecting each other, bridging the worlds of depth and passion and intensity and dealing with things and efficiency and control, and it's pointing to the lunar eclipse in Gemini. Typically, Gemini is very light-hearted and social and fun-loving, and with all this deep and intense energy, Gemini can feel like he's drowning underwater. This eclipse is asking us to look very deeply at where we are too much on the surface and avoiding what lies beneath. If we're running away from the shadow or trying to make light of the intensity in our lives right now, this eclipse can force our hand. Ultimately, though, it's a powerful opportunity for really looking at what's not being looked at, processing it, and releasing it. This lunar eclipse is conjunct Black Moon Lilith, the dark goddess energy. In her healed and whole form, the dark goddess is powerful, intense, magical, and intuitive. She's a force to be reckoned with. We all need to tap into that deep, inner, soulful intensity and see what lies beneath during this eclipse season, especially during this month of November. Next week, things will lighten up considerably, but only if you do the work that's being asked of you now. So get to it. Yours in the stars.